Good evening, everyone. Welcome back once again to Vicious Rants. And of course, I'm your host, your YouTube messiah, and often imitated, never duplicated superstar Tim Vicious. And we are talking about Raw this week. Was in Portland, are you now? I'm not gonna lie, folks. But first off, need to address, this was the go-home show to TLC coming up this Sunday, so, and I always say, every show, the most important shows, the most important televised shows of the year, hands down, are always the go-homes and the fallouts. You know, but either way, I'm not gonna lie, this episode of Raw confused me to just no utter end. And I'm not talking like a fan, from a fan perspective of, oh my god, this happened, I wonder what that means. No, more like, what, how did, why, yeah, that was pretty much, that summed up my reaction throughout the entire episode. But either way, first things first, show starts off with the boss himself, Kurt Angle, coming on down, hyping up the fact that TLC is this Sunday, talks about the 4-on-3 handicap match between Miz, Sheamus, Cesaro, and Braun going against the Shield. And just as he's in the middle of talking, you hear Sierra Hotel India Echo Lima Delta. You hear the Shield music, the throwback music, come out through the one same spot up in the upper corner. And they're all in their tactical gear. And dude, I'm not gonna lie, I may or may not have fanboyed a little on that idea. Just like, wow, nice to see the throwbacks. Because they were all there and they all just had that nice little old grin like, yeah, the band's back. We're here to kick some ass. They came down, hopped over the guardrail or security barricade, however you want to say it. Like it was just like the good old days. Circled the ring, got in there, and Kurt was like, you guys want to talk. And they all had a chance to go, and they all basically just went like it was yesterday, just with that same kind of, trying to think how to put it. Honestly, I think the best way I could say it is like it was yesterday, like with that old Shield persona. Like each one had that persona of a, like they were a little different than on how they are now, so to say. Like Roman, he was like, that's good, because when you're in the ring with the Shield, you either get your ass kicked or you go along with what we're doing. Something like that, paraphrasing. Dean got on the mic, hype, talking about on how, yeah, I may have wound up saying a little too much, saying, yeah, we could take on 5, 6, 7, 8 guys, whatever. But yeah, who am I kidding? We'll do it anyway. And just honestly, they all looked like they were really happy and they were enjoying it. And that's the big thing that I always like seeing when somebody's cutting a promo. If they're having fun and they're enjoying it, that's all that I think really matters. As they're doing that, Miz, Sheamus, and Cesaro come out. Cesaro kicks some of the props that are on the stage to the side, like, yeah, fuck your chairs, fuck your tables, fuck your ladders. And then they go back and forth, verbal exchange. You know what? You want to take us on? You want to take us on? How about we'll do this right here, right now? And then Kurt's like, whoa. You guys ain't doing this now. Which case, from a boss perspective, makes sense. Why throw the big money pay-per-view match on TV? I'm just saying. So, anyways, he kicks them all back, tells them all to go. We come back from commercial break. we got Elias sitting in the ring with the Good brothers, Gallows and Anderson, in which case, I swear, they really had to be just messing with Gallows and Anderson. Gallows and Anderson had to be messing with them, with Elias, because they're like, with the Good brothers, Brother Elias, and Luke just looks at him, Brother Elias, I'll warm up my voice, go ahead. Nerd, 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 nerd. Yeah, honestly, I think they're just like, you know what, whatever the fuck we want to do, we're going to just do it. Honestly, that's all I think Gallows and Anderson really are. They're just going with that mindset like, you know what, we're just going to do whatever the fuck we want, you know, just like shades of Ye Old Bullet Club. You know, they got out there, they fucked around. I mean, for crying out loud, Karl Anderson wound up doing a thing of Honky Tonk Man. Did the Honky Tonk Man's music. But yeah, they were there getting trios action. Elias, Gallows, and Anderson going against Jason Jordan, Apollo Crews, and Titus O'Neil. And, you know, now obviously the faces, they got control of the ring, wound up having it good and locked down, and then they cut the break. So, obviously right afterwards, we see the heels are in control then. Apollo Crews is pretty much like the team punching bag for the match. Now, I'm not going to lie, this was kind of like a throwaway match in my sense, just because I'm just looking at it thinking, well, I understand these guys don't like these guys, but why are you putting these guys against him? You know, just thinking that to myself, like, I don't, you know, I understand in a sense, but story-wise, and that's the big thing I constantly, and I bring this up all the time, biggest thing with wrestling, you know, everyone could say you need to have great athleticism, or be able to be great on the mic, or a technical wizard, or a submission specialist, all that bullshit. Whatever. My thing is with wrestling, tell a damn good story. Because you're going to tell the story from the second you walk out to the ring, from the second you walk away from the ring and get into the back. That's all it is, plain and simple. So I don't care if you fucking wrestle like shit, or if you fucking wrestle like fucking Zack Sabre Jr. even. You tell a damn story. So tell the damn story. But my thing is, with this, there was no damn story. Now, match wound up coming to an end. And Apollo Crews, he wound up hitting that spinning sit-down powerbomb on Karl Anderson. Got the 1, 2, 3. And that was it. So, hopefully what we're going to see at some point leading after the pay-per-view is eventually seeing Gallows and Anderson start to slowly get pushed back into the tag title chase, because, you know, they were starting to be shown in that, and then for whatever reason it got swept under, it got pushed aside, so that way they could continue the Shield. Alright, so next up we got Cedric, we got Cruiserweight action. We got Cedric Alexander going up against Jack Gallagher, and, well, first off, I'm confused as all hell, because why are you going to have Jack Gallagher wrestle in just in a suit and tie? I understand the whole idea of making him look like the gentleman brawler type deal, because, I mean, hey, I'm doing something like that myself coming up soon for Halloween. But my thing is, you want to dress him up like that, why still keep the tie on? Because, you know, I've been in 1 or 2 brawls myself, and I'm not just talking ring-wise. You know, you got a tie on, that's an instant choking spot. That's an instant choke point, you know? But, yeah. Yeah, as far as the match goes, you know, Jack, he was nice, good, and aggressive, but really there was just no sense in this match at all. Like, I mean, the Brian Kendrick was out there with Jack, and just as Cedric got in the ring, that's when Rich Swann came out and they announced that they were going to have that all these guys were going to have a tag match on the kickoff for TLC. So, which, real quick, want to just address one thing. Everyone bitching and moaning about certain matches being on the pre-show. Here's the thing, and here's my 2 cents on it. Why the hell are you going to complain about the fact that they're on the pre-show? Be thankful they're on the damn card, period. I mean, if I was signed in WWE and I was told, and I got told, hey, pal, you're going to be on TLC this Sunday. Oh, that's great. Who am I working with? Oh, we're going to put you up against this guy. Oh, okay, that's great. Do I know what part on the show I'll be on? Oh, you're going to be on the pre-show, pal. Okay, that works for me. You know, as long as you're on the show, because you're going to get that pay-per-view paycheck. That's my thing on it. Now, back to the matter at hand, though, with Cedric Alexander, Jack Gallagher. Match came to an end. Alexander, he hit the lumbar check, which case, by far the best one I've seen yet, because he hit it, and Gallagher went up, and then went back down, face first onto the mat. He fucking sold that like The Rock sold a stunner. So got the 1, 2, 3, that was it. Next up, we got one-on-one women's action. Sasha going against Alicia Fox, which case, folks, it can now be officially confirmed. Alicia Fox is crazy enough now to be considered one of my exes. Not crazy enough to be considered the ex that stabbed me with a pen, but still crazy enough to be considered an ex. So yeah, as far as this match goes, you know, right off bat, I liked seeing right off bat Sasha tried to end it quick, but Alicia wound up hitting the brakes on that, wound up taking good control on for most part of the match, but afterwards, you know, as time went on, Sasha, she wound up basically pulling out the bank statement out of nowhere, got the quick tap out, that was it. And then Alicia Fox, she started spazzing out in the ring, went back, beat the crap out of Sasha, and then wound up shoving the ref down on his ass, and then they officially made a match between them two coming up at this Sunday. So, there's that. Now, next matchup we got, it is tag team action for the tag titles. Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins going to go against Sheamus and Cesaro. And this, it was real nice to see because, well, one, they came out and still in their Shield stuff, and two, they came out with, Seth and Dean came out in their individual music. Because in a way, you think about it in this kind of sense, there's still a cohesive unit, but they're getting to be their own. They're still getting to be their individual selves in that sense, and that is really cool to see. You know, and when you have a stable, if you can have somebody have their own individual kind of system, or not system, their own kind of individual music away from the main group, that I always think that's really cool to see. But, you know, really nice to see Seth and Dean believe, you know, it was like they were using their old Shield moves. You know, it was like felt like I was back in 2014 watching them doing the tag match, which really cool to see. You know, really liked it, really enjoyed it. It was really good match, you know. Seth wound up basically being the punching bag for the team. You know, Sheamus, Cesaro, they were holding their own. They did good. Really liked seeing these guys. And like I said before, I could see Sheamus and Cesaro, after this is done, getting made into like, sort of like the, basically getting to be like the new modern day APA, in a sense, you know. Because you think about it like this, just spitballing here. After TLC's done, where do you go from here? Next thing you know, you have a tag team go and say, hey man, you know, we really messed up. We pissed off the Shield now. They're on us like you would not believe. You know, so what are we going to do? I got an idea. Come with me. They go over to Sheamus and Cesaro. Hey, guys, here. We'll pay you guys. You protect us. Something like that. You know, simple way. No different than on how APA started. You know? But, yeah, as far as the match goes, I liked it. This was, personally, my match of the night for the show. It was a decent match. Really liked it. You know, and I'm pretty sure Dave fucking Meltzer would give this 1 3/4 stars, but I guarantee if this match happened in the Tokyo Dome, you know, he would have fucking loved it. And yeah, I did kind of steal that joke from Bruce Pritchard. Don't judge. I was trying to make some weird fucking, some cheap humor on here, damn it. But anyways, match was good. The ending was nice too, because in the end, everyone was all in there brawling. You know, Dean wound up eventually getting tagged in. Everyone was in there brawling. And they were all going after each other. Dean took Sheamus out. And then next thing you know, Seth hit that high knee on Cesaro, which then Dean, then boom, got Dirty Deeds, 1, 2, 3. That was it. So they are still the tag champs. So like I said, personal projection coming out of TLC, I could see the Good Brothers going after the tag titles again. Next matchup, we got women's tag action. Emma and Alexa Bliss going up against Mickie James and Bayley. And, you know, honestly, this, you know, I tried to give it the benefit of the doubt. I really did. I really, honestly did. But this was really just the piss break of the night here. This was the piss break of the night for the show. It was just, yeah. I mean, like, again, I'm saying, where's the story? You know? I mean, the main story that you're telling with this match is about Mickie and Alexa, in which case, you could have told that story with 100 other different ways by having Alexa do a frickin' 3-minute squash match against some local jobber and have Mickie going up against somebody who's an actual legitimate, you know, fuck, I can't even fucking think right. This is on how confusing the show made me. It's, you know, you could have Mickie going up against somebody major on the roster like Bayley. You know, something like that. But instead, I don't know. It's me thinking out loud. You know, it is what it is. Match came to an end. Mickie James hit the mid kick on Alexa Bliss. Got the 1, 2, 3. That was that. So, now we're coming up to main event of the night. It was Braun Strowman, Roman Reigns, steel cage match. Now, before it happened, earlier in the night, Miz wound up picking and poking at Kurt again to let them have an extra man on it. Kurt said, you know what? I'll let you do that. If Braun wins, you can get an extra guy. However, if Braun loses, it's back to 3-on-3. So, now, and he also banned everyone from ringside. Also, before that, Curtis Axel was trying to hype up everyone in the back, saying on how, you know, right now he feels like he could take out the entire Shield. Braun just looked at him and said, "So go do it." It's like, well, I can't do that. I'm in a suit. So go do it. You want to do it that bad? Go do it. And then he left, and everyone just kind of looked like, he's going to get his fucking ass whooped. That bitch going to die. In which case, 10 minutes later, you see Curtis Axel dangling from his toes from the prongs of a forklift. And yeah. And then you just see Miz looking over him like, oh, Jesus. Miz gets asked, what does he think about this? He says, as much as I love Curtis, he was not our 5th man. And leaves it at that. In which case, now on with the match. Very physical, very good from Braun. And a lot of people have shit on the idea of Roman, Braun. Honestly, these two guys have put on some pretty decent good matches over the course of the year. over the course of 2017, honestly, these two guys have. You know? I'm not arguing on it, and both guys have made each other look really decent. You know? Braun looks like a giant unstoppable monster. Roman looks like a guy who could actually hold his own against a monster. Why not? These two work good together, you know? Now, really good physicality, really liked it. Now, at a certain point, Roman started to get the advantage. He started to pick up some momentum, started to try and get out of the ring just as he was about to climb out of the cage. Next thing you know, Sheamus and Cesaro, boom, they come down, start running interference, which then leads Seth and Dean to come out and stop them, which then leads to a huge brouhaha brawl with those two leading into the back, and Miz, who was sitting all the way up at the entrance doing commentary, winds up like, you know, I'll be right back. Walks back there, not laying a hand on anyone, just pushes a button, closes the gate, and leaves them all out there to brawl in the parking lot. So, next thing you know, we get back to the match. Roman getting back up after being put on the ass end of an ass kicking, and Braun getting back up after Roman basically like jamming his foot down his throat, and hits him Superman punch, sets him up, getting set up for the spear, goes for it. Next thing you know, Braun tosses him up in the air. Next thing you know, we hear, I've had the time of my life, and they start spinning around, dancing out. I'm confusing fantasy with reality. Sorry. Not gonna lie, I was thinking Dirty Dancing. Anyways, Roman goes for the spear. Braun picks him up and then wham! Hits a nice Superman punch on him. Goes for the pin, kicks out, gets back up, gets over in the corner, goes for it, lining him up for it. Next thing you know, just hear boom! Red lights, and out of fucking nowhere from the ring, boom! Kane comes up out of nowhere, which, if that's not a message to remind you all, don't forget the vote. Especially in Tennessee, folks. Don't forget the vote. Glenn Jacobs for mayor. You know, if that's not Kane comes out, fucking choke slams Roman, and then Braun running power slam, then Kane choke slams him again, then tombstones, and then Braun pins him. 1, 2, 3. That was it. Kane's got new entrance music now also, which case, by the way, I'm pretty sure we can all agree on here. Kane's best entrance music had to be Finger 11 Slow Chemical. I'm not wrong. There's no argument. Don't even attempt to debate that. And, you know, and after the pin, Miz is out there on a mic saying, Kane is our 5th man. So, that's it. So, yeah. Now, that is it for this week's show, folks. So, like all normal, please do not forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, go back, watch some of the other episodes. Make sure y'all check out the information down below for The Dad Show. It's a lifestyle podcast, storytelling podcast, whatever kind of podcast you want to see it as, you know. Details on that are going down below. Make sure you also look for me on my Twitter at Tim Vicious. I do also have another account, Tim_Vicious. Also out there on that Facebook gimmick, Tim Ash. And folks, do not forget to follow all of these cool ass cats right here on Twitter. Axel Mulligan, Kenny Killer. Also, almost forgot, don't forget to check out Axel's newest project, Brit Wrestling Review, where they talk about British European wrestling. My two good brothers, I am Danny Sunday, and Oliver Ben, who is also the executive producer for this show. Make sure y'all check out Ollie's music he did provide for this week's show. It's on iTunes, Spotify, and such. Details on that are down below. Cranky Asshole Aaron _Deborah and Dazzy NWP. And folks, like always tell y'all, you love me great, you hate me. Fuck you.